Hello guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Melissa, and if you're new, please like this video, subscribe, click the bell so that whenever I post, you of course will be the first to find out. You guys, chit chat, come in, let's talk. Today I'm choosing to be vulnerable with you guys. Today I want to share things that people would be afraid to come out to share. The truth is, I've been living in Nigeria for the past 7 months, and in all honesty and sincerity, I think I am tired of living in Nigeria and I don't even know how to feel about it. Okay, let's start with when I moved back. So when I made the decision to move back, I did it afraid. I just knew I needed to leave. The only thing in my head at the time was I needed to leave the UK. I don't care, like I just need to leave abroad. Like I was longing to come back to Nigeria. Though it didn't come without a mix of emotions. I felt different emotions. I was scared. I was fearful, feeling of uncertainty, even though Nigeria is my home country and I lived in Nigeria for over 2 decades before moving abroad. But I feel like once you leave abroad, even if it's 3 months, even if it's 6 months, the moment you're coming back to Nigeria, your brain will kind of need resetting. It will seem as though you're coming back to an unfamiliar setting, even though it's the familiar, but you will definitely feel that change. No matter what, you would feel that change. Even small holiday that you go abroad and come back to Nigeria, you will feel some sort of way. Talking about someone that has now lived abroad for years without even visiting Nigeria, I felt some sort of way. I'm not gonna lie. But then I believed in my decision. I believe that God has gone ahead of me to make every crooked way straight for me, and He would keep having my back. That the Holy Spirit will abide with me, abide in my home, protect us, guide us. I prayed, and I trusted my decision. But I'm not gonna lie, when I boarded the plane, I was not entirely happy. My husband would look at me, I was just like, I was like, oh God. My husband would encourage me. I was like, God, I'm just gonna be very vulnerable with you guys. I felt that way. And oh my goodness, when I landed the airport, the heat that ushered me, that welcomed me, I was like, God, is this what I'm coming into? And let's be straight, okay? In case you're seeing me for the first time, I was not deported. I didn't have immigration issues. I willingly moved back. And it's not like a permanent move. I just wanted to live in Nigeria for a while, and especially my kids. I wanted my kids. What am I saying I wanted? I still want, I want my kids to experience Nigeria. Especially in this, their prime. It's very important to me. I want them to play. I wasn't really happy with our life in the UK entirely. I just wanted more for my kids. So when I landed, obviously, I was like, God, is this where I'm going to live for the next few months? I'm like, God. Thankfully, the airport staff were very welcoming. Nobody asked us. A couple asked us, find me something, but they were not rude about it. They were very helpful. So that kind of helps me to relax. So please, if you're working at the airport, please be at your best behavior. Trust me, because sometimes people that are coming into the country, they need that warm reception. They need that smile, that welcoming attitude goes a long way, because the staff were very warm to me. Kind of became relaxed. Now, after that phase, the next phase was when we're driving home. Oh my God. I said, Jesus. I was screaming Jesus in my mind. Look at outside. I'm like, God. As in, I'm like, no. I felt that way. I'm not going to lie. When we landed, obviously, there was no food, there was no water. We're just managing the things we got from the airport. My husband was working hard, trying to help us settle, and everything. The first 2 weeks were not easy at all. Everything was just irritating me. The first time my husband drove, I was screaming, Jesus. I experienced real life accidents. The no lane discipline. I was not driving in Nigeria, so I didn't even know how they were driving in Nigeria when I was living in Nigeria, if that makes sense, because I didn't know anything about road. I didn't know anything about car. It took me learning how to drive in the UK, coming back to actually notice some things. You get what I mean? Like, Jesus, how can you be driving like this? I was very shocked. I'm not going to lie. I was very shocked. The lane discipline that they were not practicing, everything, no priority, just different cars on the road. Anywhere your tire enter, you pass. Jesus, like, I was furious. It didn't make sense to me. I'm not going to even pretend. It didn't make sense to me. The noise, everything, the environment, the bad road, the potholes, and it was raining season. When it rains, the road will be so muddy. it was a shock. I promise you, reverse culture shock is real. I felt that way. But with time, I adjusted. I think it took me roughly 2 weeks. I think when my husband was leaving Nigeria for Canada, oh my God, I felt terrible. I cried a lot. But yeah, with time I just settled. I think roughly 2-3 weeks I became settled, rugged, started enjoying Nigeria, driving my car like if you enter me, I jam you. Anyhow you want to show ya way. I enter streets. You cannot beat them, you join them. I started pricing things. You tell me 1,000, I was price it down to 200. Like anyhow. I adjusted so well, so freaking well. My kids, they were thriving, they were happy. They would go out and, play. They would come home looking so dirty. They would roll on the floor. Oh my God, it made me so happy. I started to enjoy Nigeria. I started to glow. Everything was just with me, even down to my neighbor blasting music was fun to me. Hey, coming out to see people, no, it was fun. Sunlight was fun. Everything was fun. 7 months down the line, everything that used to be fun for me is now annoying. I'm starting to feel the same way I felt in the first 2 weeks of arriving in Nigeria. I can't even explain it. Like last night, I could not sleep. I live in a very quiet estate, very quiet estate. However, there will always be Judas. So I have this neighbor of mine that is like the Judas. When you come to my estate, you just know that this one is the Judas of this estate. He's the only one that plays music loud. He's the only one that makes noise. He's the only one that compound is always crowded. Like he's just off. Off. Last night they were having discussions up until 12 a.m. Hey, do you know what even woke me up? I heard the loud sound, beam. I quickly jumped out of bed. Like, what's going on? Now I realized that it was his car that he shot. Hey, I could not sleep. Talk. They were talking, laughing. That night, I could not sleep. Last night, guys, my voice is low because my kids, they are having their private lesson. I don't want to disturb them. I could not sleep. I said, God, what is this? I had to start pressing my phone. At some point, I had to start seeing Beauty in Black. So, I just started watching Netflix because I could not sleep until everyone went dead quiet. That was how I now managed to shut my eyes to sleep. I'm trying to say this is something I used to like. This is something I used to enjoy. Now, if you play music near my ear, I feel slap you. If you play loud music near me, I feel slap you. Because I used to enjoy it, but now I just want peace, quiet, and tranquility. I'm not asking for too much, just silence. That's what I need. Which of the truth, my area is very quiet, very, very quiet. But like I said, there will always be a Judas. And another thing I'm struggling with is the heat. I used to really enjoy the sunlight, but you don't do. I keep asking my driver, please, when is rain coming? When is rain coming? Oh, Jesus, the heat is so much. See me, I'm sweating. Even though I know I always have light, there's always light. Like I have light 24/7. You know when you wake up in the morning, you don't have a choice but to shower. In the afternoon, you pour water on your body. At night, you must shower before bed. You cannot even attempt it. Even though I don't go anywhere, I stayed home all day. I still have to shower. Like I'm always having my bath always. Maybe that's why I'm glowing. I'm always bathing. Another part I'm struggling with, I won't say I burned bridges. I've not really been a friend kind of person. I've always been by myself. I'm not the kind of person that always have people around her. No, I don't. Coming back to Nigeria, obviously, I don't know anybody. That's the thing. Like, I don't know anybody. I don't have friends in Nigeria. So most times, it's just me and my kids. Anytime I hang out, just know that my husband is around or a friend from the UK is around. And I'm just not open to making friends. I'm not the type that makes friends easily. And now, it's even harder. I've had to make a friend when I went for my NYC registration, and trust me, after the whole registration, everybody just went their separate ways, and I made a friend from my gym. It was quite nice, but I think we're just struggling with who we keep up with each other first, that kind of a thing. But I know we vibe very well, but she matched my energy, but who we reach out, that kind of a thing. Or when you call today, call tomorrow, now you go see call the third time, that kind of thing. So that's the stage we are at, and everyone is just on their own. And I think one of the biggest triggers for me is my long distance marriage. I keep looking forward to the next time my husband will be home, the next time we'll be together, as one family. I keep counting, okay, 8 weeks to go, 7 weeks to go, and that itself can be mentally draining. Right now, I'm just trying to understand myself. Where exactly do I belong? Abroad or Nigeria? My head is so full, like I'm experiencing brain fog. When you don't want to go back to where you're coming from and you don't want to stay where you are anymore. I don't know. I can't even explain it any better. But I just know that the things I used to like about Nigeria, the things that give me so much joy, aside obviously my kids, no one can make me happy anymore. In fact, it now irritates me. I think I need to travel, and I already have a couple of holidays planned out. So yes, I'm going to be traveling because I think that's the only way to survive Nigeria. You clear your head outside, you come and that's the only way to thrive in Nigeria. If you stay in Nigeria for a long time, you're going to feel trapped. And I feel trapped. I don't know, I can't explain the feeling, but this is me just being honest about where I am right now. And if you've ever felt this way, please share in the comment section just so I know that I am not alone. No.